of, when I mean us, and I'm talking about the media, and that's the fact that the queues are really building up right now. You go to fuel stations, and then some of them are locked. Some of them, they tell you they don't have, supplies to sell to the people, and the audacity of black marketers to stand in front of a locked filling station with jerry cans filled with PMS is something that a lot of us should be worried about. The president is the minister of petroleum in this country, and it seems everyone is quiet. You would see the government-owned, petrol stations selling at the normal price, in quotes now, the official price. And then on the other side, you see fuel stations that are independently owned. They will tell you they don't have products. It's the start of the year, and a lot of us always know that January is not always the easiest when it comes to making money, because of the fact that we get to spend so much during the festive period. You want to, get stable and settle, and I'm really worried that the presidency is not saying anything about the fact that Nigerians have to, even when you have the money, the product is not even available. In the last 1 month, I've been buying fuel for 280 naira per liter, and it's not even available. And I think a lot of media spotlight needs to, it should be raised a little bit. Mr. President needs to address the nation as regards what exactly is going on. You're the Minister of Petroleum. You should speak to the people. We shouldn't be struggling to buy fuel, even when we know it's expensive, but at least it should be available. That's it.
Okay, so Okpa has taken us off a bit.
No, I just have to
it's also very, it is also very important. But in recent times, the NNPCL came forward to say that they shut down about 23 to 26 filling stations due to the fact that they are selling above the regulated price. And when we asked the question, why are they selling above the regulated price? They said that
they sell at
independent petroleum marketers are saying they are getting it from the private depots. The private depots are selling it at an expensive price.
Yeah, now to buy and sell lesser than I'm buying.
Now, when we now went further to ask more questions, like, okay, so why are the private depots selling it at that ridiculous price? They are selling it for as much as 197. So you don't expect me to buy at 197 and sell at 169 or 165 at the regulated price. Not possible. So when you ask them, then the private depots will tell you, that they have to source for their oil from somewhere else. Now the biggest question now is, I thought, or we all thought, or the impression that we are given is that the NNPCL is the sole importer of fuel. So who else is bringing fuel into the country and then giving to the private depots?
Sandra, let's leave that conversation.
you brought it up. I was going to go to legislative
when I was coming to the office
you came
today,
in and brought up the fuel
I just
issue.
saw a fuel station that is closed down, and I saw black marketers in front of the filling station with jerry cans that had PMS inside. So it's awkward, but then that's what it is. As regards the collaboration between the executive and the it's really important. I've had situations where a lot of people had questions that how good or how productive, how democratic it is for us to have houses of assembly, of house of representatives that is one party system. That means you see 26 members of assembly and the 26 of them are from the same party, or you see the representative dominated by the majority, and even the minority would decamp eventually. I don't know. I've listened to the Senate president come out to say that whatever President Muhammadu Buhari brings to the floor of the Senate, as long as it's for the betterment of Nigerians, they would approve it. Maybe that's one or two of the advantages. But then we need it for competition.
Do we see actually good friendly for the politics? Yes, thank you very much. All right, so the same party, the speaker of the same party.
Before they bring the matter to the floor of the house, the Senate president will have met the scribe of the Senate.
So we flow and then we go. But say for example, why the midterm election in America is such an important and a big deal is because they want there to be an alignment, but then now we have,
Senate Democrats versus Republican.
A Democrat is the president, and the speaker of the lower chamber is a Republican. So I'm excited to see how that will play out in America, especially knowing that majority of the Republicans do not support let's help Ukraine, let's give them things and all of that. The Republicans are not, it's not our business, let's just move on. So if you look at it like that and you bring it to Nigeria, say for example we have the ruling party is APC, and then the speaker or the Senate president
is the PDP.
Is Labour Party or PDP, and then the president comes up and brings I have this to do, and then So it goes both ways. It could be that, okay, let's frustrate him, I'm not going to sign off. Or it could be that, okay, we don't think president. So that means that anything that, is going to inconvenience the Nigerian
they won't
people,
even listen to it.
they are just going to sign off on it and just move on. Whereas these people have veto, asking the Minister of Petroleum any questions. Unadulterated fuel came into the country. We didn't hear
Over
anything.
100 million liters, and the matter died down like that.
And then we now started hearing that they used 1 billion to clean up or to mop up or whatnot. And then you have situations like that. And at the legislative, federal or state, what is happening there? Some people don't even know the wards they belong to.
Again, the oversight function of the House, which is really very important, is a very important role, means that
the checks and balances.
Exactly. They can decide that, okay, if you're the chairman House committee or something is going wrong, you can call the Minister of Sports. The oversight function is very, very important as well. But we have a situation whereby the governor is probably interested with the governor. All the state houses of assembly members are from the same camp with the governor, or maybe a state, for instance, where there's one going to set which is more important when it comes to the three arms of government. But
no, they all have their
legislative
roles.
responsibilities are really important, because whatever law the executive needs to execute had to be brought up by the legislator. So there had to be that synergy. Even if you are running across different political parties, the most important thing is that the people needs to be happy. If I'm OOO party and I'm able to secure the majority in the floor of the House, I should not antagonize the government, as it were. When it comes to policies, I'm going to see the ask will be recognized on the floor of the House. The names don't have to solve these questions. When the issue of the former president of the Senate, Senator Bukola Saraki, came up, a lot of people were like, okay, these are good times. It looks like there's a contrary opinion to what's on ground. Somebody's trying to check Mr. President. Somebody's trying to. It's not witch hunting, Sandra. It is checks and balances. It is putting 1 and 2 together. Everybody is there to make the people happy.
All right. Even adding to what you just said, because we also have situations where some people, even members of the Nigerian electorate, are saying, okay, so this person only did borehole, this person only did. It's not their job
At all.
If they do it, they're doing it because they're just nice. They're good people. It's not the job of the senator to come and
donate borehole.
do borehole in your community, or it's not the job of members of the House of Representatives
to paint primary school,
which is the lower chamber, to come and paint primary school, or to buy school books and all of that. All right, and that is why we keep talking about local government autonomy, but nobody seems to pay attention to that one. And let's not go into the fact that there are still some state houses of assembly that are still putting their foot down as regards that particular one. But if you ask some people now, what ward do you belong to? They don't know. Under which constituency are you? They don't know. What's the name of the person representing you at the national level, the local government that they live in? So these are the things that we need to educate people. That's why, elections, sometimes I just look at it that people just go look for parties and then vote. They don't even know the name of the person that's representing them. They don't know who to hold accountable. That's why every time in your constituency, what about the person that is representing you at the state where the laws are being made, where the vote?
I was like, they said it's only during one of the festive pump. So they were waiting for him to come in that September, and he didn't disappoint them. He came,
as usual.
And he came with his envelope, and they collected the envelope. The following day I think 4 days later was supposed to be the primaries. Oga didn't win primaries though. So he started going back to all of the people he gave monies to. He said he wants to collect his money back. See, we're just trying to tell the people that as important as we think the governors are, as really important as we know that the president is, whoever represents you at the law-making chamber is really important, because the executive wouldn't work in isolation. They execute laws that have been made by the legislature. So there had to be a synergy. I'm not saying a rubber stamp. There are two different things. I'm not saying everything is yay, everything is nay. No. We're just saying that there should be a cross-fertilization of ideas, since the end of it is to serve the people.
I mean, a lot of people are so concerned about the fact that, say, for example, someone of mainland party becomes president, and then majority of the people in the house are of I don't know,
party.
OPEYEMI party, and they're like, oh, this guy, we're going to frustrate him and just make him so that
And that's where ego comes in. It is not about you or who becomes the president. It's about the people.
All right, so let's just get into it. We have our guests already in the studio, but before then, don't forget, it's very important for you to understand these things. We have the Senate, and then we have the House of Representatives. The Senate is the upper chamber, the House of Representatives is the lower chamber. In Nigeria, we have 109 senators, and in the House of Representatives, 306 or 9? 306. I think 306, yeah. 309. Okay, thank you. 309 members of House of Representatives. Okay, so it's very important for you to pay attention to them. Don't just go and stick your finger in a party. Know who is representing that party at the house when they get there. Enough of the sleeping senators, enough of the sleeping representatives. We've seen videos where they're in session and people are sleeping, people are dozing and whatnot. So I think at this point now, it's more than just looking at the presidential elections or the the governorship elections. All right, let's also look at the legislative. Now we'll introduce our guest for this evening. We have with us, joining us in the studio, Chief Dr. ADESHOLA ABDUL-WASIU, GIWA, who is the PDP candidate contesting for IFAKO-IJAYE Constituency 2 here in Lagos State. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank you very much for joining in. We appreciate you for being here in the studio. All right, so let's just get straight into it. We don't have so much time already. There's a reason why you have decided, that you decided to run for IFAKO-IJAYE constituency. There's a reason why you want to go and represent these people. So what exactly informed your decision to actually to take that step?
Thank you so much. Joining the political race is something I think we all need to look into these days, and we need to have what is called effective representation, and that is one of the reasons why I am out to contest and give proper and effective representations to my constituency in particular. That's one of my reasons. And if you look at what has been happening previously, it has been very, very bad. Now we need to have people representing the people. Democracy is all about, democracy is defined in simple terms, government for the people, by the people, and for the people. Now it is time for the people to come in now and take over governance of our country. My reasons coming in is because I want to rep my people and show them and give them quality and effective representation.
All right, thank you very much. But just to give us a big background, as regards your political journey so far, what exactly have you done that would make people say, okay, maybe he has the experience, maybe he doesn't?
Yes, experience has to do with what you have done in life, what you have been doing, and if you want to go to what I have been doing, then you will see that I've been highly experienced. I have been president of a NGO. I've been working in my personal business, and I've grown it from scratch to where we are currently today. And we have brought in quality into service, and I think that service is going to be translated into the community development. And in my community, I am a very popular and well-known face.
Okay, so you haven't really held any seat at
all?
No.
This is my first venture into politics, and we came in newly. Haven't seen what has been happening. We just need to change all of them. We need to bring in quality people that know what. Now, the beauty of democracy is all about legislation, not the executive. It is when the legislations are doing, when the legislatures are well and checkmating them, that is when the executive will sit down and do what they need to do. And I think with what is happening now, the quality of our legislature will determine the growth of our democracy going forward.
Why the PDP?
PDP, thank you. I think PDP is the largest party in Nigeria and in Africa. If you want to compare with numbers of people, numbers of party members, our PDP is a very large family. It was not easy even getting the ticket. I just joined 28th of December last year, 2020, and I was very fortunate with my campaign and my test for the House of Reps. But
the elders prevailed.
The contest was not easy, and so we gave in, and we're now compensated with the House of Assembly. My interest has always been to represent the people, not the executive, not anything, but to show so that we can, if you represent your people, first and foremost, democracy is about the people, and the people must have their person that can represent them well. And I think we are going to get it right this time. Not longer Baba Sokwe, no longer going down to this democracy we are talking about. You see, I don't want to speculate. I won't speculate. I won't join them in speculating. But in as much as the party in power also dominates the legislature, there is nothing good that would come.
So you're advocating for the mix.
I'm thinking about when there's a mix. When you see a House of Assembly that have 40 members from the same party with the governor, there will be nothing coming out of that legislation. There's nothing, because it's going to be we. There must be somebody that will break their brands. There is somebody that will tell them what is happening. There was somebody that must tell as much as to snitch them. That is why, if you see in America today, anytime the president goes to Democrat, maybe the House or the other one swing to the other side. I think when we start to do that, we are going to see growth in this our democracy. That's the best thing to come. And with what's happening now, I think we are going to get it.
Okay, take us through your plans. I know for one that you have things, documented. And like we said, it is not really the responsibility of a legislator to build schools or to do roads, but in your own capacity, you can just choose to donate it to your constituency, but it's not part of your constitutional responsibility. So talk to us. What are those things you intend to deliver to your constituents? Because you're the opposition party. We'll come to the conversation of your party very soon. I just want you to take us through your programs first for the people of IFAKO-IJAYE State Constituency 2.
Thank you so much once again. I just today is going to be the first day we are coming out with our SG23 manifesto.
And then you brought it first on our show.
Exactly.
Interesting.
We are still producing, and I'm going to be going through it. So
Okay.
But I will drop a copy here today. Well, we have the very first thing we need to understand is what is the business of a legislator. Okay, it's just to represent the people. Okay, So representation is what we are asking for. Send me there, let me represent you as your spokesperson there. We are going to come up with our own plans. My wards is divided into 5. I have 5 wards. Federal wards, GHIJK, and that 5 wards, they have been there, nothing. We are looking at trying to now break those wards into zones. We are going to have 15 zones. And those zones is going to have zonal offices where people can easily move in there and lay their complaints, lay their suggestions. We are also going to approach technology. We are going to have a portal that will be manned and controlled by me. Okay, I'll be at the back end, whereby you can easily send your feedbacks, your comments, your suggestions, your whatever you're having your issue, that we can come in and look at them and help you. That is very far. We are going to introduce technology into this so that people can come in. They must know. I have not seen, sincerely, I've lived in my community for about 30 years. I've not seen any of our House of Reps. I've not seen any of them currently sitting there. What we just hear is, oh, that's his house, but you don't see them. We are going to make sure that this time around, we are very and highly visible. I am Omo, and they will see me often. When they see me, we will sit down together and discuss. I am going to set up a situation whereby when a road is not being done, and we keep singing to them, this road must be done, this is the bad road, is that. Once the road is not done, we are going to carry guys to go down there and meet them. They will sit down there and picket that place until the road is done. That's what we are going to do. We are going to ensure that we enforce development of our community. We are also going to bring something that has not been done. They have left out the development of our community to the hands of government. Government alone cannot do this. Okay, with us coming in now, we are going to partner with a lot of all these our companies, located within IFAKO-IJAYE, and there are lots of them. IFAKO-IJAYE is a place that produces 75% protein in Lagos, and you can the abattoir. You can imagine the numbers of what they call waste now. That is the waste from the waste from the stomach,
excretions,
excretions and everything that comes out. What is done to them? What do they do to them? Wash them away. They just wash them. We are going to look at the way where we can turn those things to humus and manure and fertilizers. Just having another fertilizing company beside the abattoir there to bring in.
And it's quite a big place.
Yes, very large place. We are going to bring in a lot of other things that would help companies within, and there are several of them. Another thing we want to do, we want to turn IFAKO-IJAYE, by God's grace, into the next Lekki axis. Okay, Lekki is at the other extreme. IFAKO-IJAYE is also at the other extreme. So we want to also make sure that IFAKO-IJAYE is also looked into. Let me break your heart today. IFAKO-IJAYE is the only local government I can say that don't have a bridge within the heartland of IFAKO-IJAYE. We don't have any. Okay, the bridges have been built across Lagos State. IFAKO-IJAYE does not even have anyone. The ones you see in IFAKO-IJAYE are just like the fringe bordering the other local government. There is none in the heart of IFAKO-IJAYE except one that is being built currently at ADESHOLA's axis of IFAKO-IJAYE. So we need to. Nobody is talking for us. Nobody. They are just there, turn by turn. They have already given themselves turn. The next person that is coming already knows himself. Just sitting and waiting, turn by turn. This must stop.
All right, let's go. Let's go a bit to. I'm still going to come back to because I didn't really, flow with. I don't think to the best of my own satisfaction, if you were able to answer OPEYEMI's question as regards what exactly we should expect, from EU if you actually get there. I'm talking of bills that you intend to, propose at the House to sponsor. At the House. All right, but I'm going to come with because there's one thing that a lot of people in Lagos State, you quite agree with, is the fact that Lagos State has been, ruled, should I put it that way, by a particular party for so long, and the current, person representing that constituency is from the ruling party. All right, and so with looking at the fact that you haven't really been there, what exactly have you done, or what do you intend to do to actually show people that you're actually serious? Because this is someone that has been in politics. He has been the one there. I'm talking about the incumbent of IFAKO-IJAYE.
The incumbent is not even returning. Honorable Makinde lost his third bid, so you are running against a new member. So it's almost like both of you are on a level playing ground right now, which I think is really good. So as a build up to that, maybe you also want to talk to us. If you say Omitutunde, that means, for someone that had been there for 8 years that wanted to go for 12 years and he failed in his bid to go, now you have a new member that would most likely, open the conversation more, because he doesn't have anything to campaign on as well, because he's not been there. So what new thing are you bringing? I've always had issues with executive bills on the floor of the House. I think legislators are lazy when they always subscribe to executive bills. What are those bills, or what are those priorities that you think you want to put forward to really represent the people of IFAKO-IJAYE?
That will bring about major
by
change.
the way, it's an area I know very well. My mom stays at Jankara, so I know your axis very, very well. So you want to bring us into that conversation?
Yes, probably you didn't get me. We are going to ask them that they should set up a company that would manufacture fertilizers and humus in IFAKO-IJAYE. It's not going to be done by it's going to be government sponsored. It's going to be sponsored engineer.
But you push it out as a bill.
As a bill, yes. Those are the things. We might not necessarily be pushing all our plans out so that it will not
so that they won't hijack it.
And when you now say that, I also mentioned turn by turn. Makinde did 8 years. Okay, no visibility, nothing. The roads are terrible. Nobody is speaking for the people of IFAKO-IJAYE. Now, the person they brought in now to come in and substitute Makinde had been sitting down waiting, because it's now his turn. Let me tell you, he was a councillor before now. Okay, he was a councillor before now, and he did nothing as well. He never attended any plenary sessions while he was a councillor. It is the records are there, and he wants to now move ahead to the state. Have you seen it turn by turn? Like I said earlier on, the next person after Olotu is already known, is already waiting. These are things we are not.
So, and the Olotu have not even won the election.
He has not even won the election.
It's a turn. They believe that Lagos State is theirs. They will tell you Lagos State is nothing. Nobody can take. We are taking Lagos State by God's grace. Come this.
Okay, so now talking about taking Lagos State, I would want us to have a conversation, and this is it. Just like Sandra said, Lagos State had been under the leadership of the same political tree from 1999 till now. That's 23 years.
4 years going.
It's been AD to AC to ACN and now the APC. And you need to give it to the PDP when it comes to the governorship. Now, I want to open this conversation and I want us to talk about your party, the PDP in Lagos State. The PDP in Lagos State have been able to bring up a couple of brilliant minds as gubernatorial candidates. The late Funsho Williams, we've had Dosumu, we've had Obanikoro, we've had, brilliant guys. But they've not been able to wrestle power. But you're a young person. And you have a candidate now that seems to appeal to the young people now. I'm talking about Abdulaziz Adediran, the one everyone calls Jandor. He's been on this show as well. What are you doing as a party to, if you listen to what the people are saying, it seems Jandor is, quite getting the attention of a lot of people, especially the young population in Lagos. So as a party now, what are you doing to push for his candidacy to get out there? And you as an individual, how well is your party, the PDP, also supporting your ambition? Because, whether you like it or not, you can't run this thing alone. So talk to us. First, your party's contribution to the governorship candidate success and your own ambition as well.
Especially with the many interesting dramas that's been happening.
Let us keep those dramas.
No, I'm not going there. I'm just saying, especially with what has been happening.
Those dramas are just for us to let us make the
contest interesting.
It will surprise everybody in the long run when everybody is settled. Jandor, wonderful person.
Are you in his camp?
There's no camp in PDP. We are all just
in Lagos.
In Lagos,
there's no one. There's no camp.
Are you serious right now?
Is that what you want to be?
Can we take that to the statement that there's no faction in Lagos PDP?
No faction in Lagos PDP.
Go ahead.
Yes, in politics,
he's on record.
In politics, you might not belong to the same view of the same views, but certainly we always come together and ensure that the party
is supreme.
So there is not what is happening is just everybody's trying to get relevancy in the play of things. Like I say, things will get better, and APC is used to propaganda. PDP is drama. Okay. Yes, PDP is drama.
I think I got that.
Punchlines are plenty today.
We are coming. All what you are seeing with us is just our dramas. Our drama is going to translate into super victory across all
across board.
Yes, across everybody. Okay, from the presidency down to the bottom, we are all going to win. Like I say, there's no issue with PDP. Jandor came in, and he has been wonderful along trying to bring this fresh air into Lagos politics. God's willing, I see him as our next governor of Lagos State. God's willing.
So what is your party doing to support your own ambition? Because whether we like it or not,
it's the party logo that will be
exactly
at the ballot.
The party giving us making me the candidate already support.
Is enough support.
Yes, enough.
So now they push you to where fear will not catch you.
Our party members have been wonderful, supporting. We have been doing our house-to-house campaigns. We have been doing our meeting people that you need to meet in the community. It's going. We are not just making noise. We have been choked. Yes, no doubt we have been choked. Probably because of fundings, but we are doing what we need to do silently, and we are catching up. Very soon, it will be clear with our dramas. Like I say, we are dramatic. We are not. We don't send in propaganda, lies, and all this. No.
It's just dramas. It's just plenty dramas.
See, Jandor is having it. No, these are dramas. But when they go down there, they know what they are doing. So,
even with the fact that the integrity group, endorsed. Not the integrity group. the leader of the integrity group
Yes.
endorsed, a member of another party for governorship.
They've not been. It was not an endorsement.
It was,
That was just
it was
a political
visitation.
statement.
He came in for a program and he said,
Anyone that let me see. Do you know the beauty of that word? It stuck to my brain. Wike said, anyone that is campaigning against Governor Sanwo-Olu is wasting his time.
okay,
And you have a candidate that is young, that is vibrant in Jandor. And I followed the interview the following day that Jandor gave on national TV. He didn't sound impressed with what Governor Nyesom Wike said. With all of this that is going on at the national level, you sounded pretty confident that from top to bottom, it is going to be PDP. That means we have the former president, vice president rather, becoming the next president now. Are you certain about this?
I'm very, very sure. 25th is around the corner.
Yeah.
45 days to go, and the result would not shock the world. That's what the world is waiting for. Atiku is our next president.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. You're listening to 98.3 Mainland FM. It's Ballot 23 with focus on the 2023 general elections. And today we have with us in the studio Chief Dr. ADESHOLA ABDUL-WASIU, GIWA, PDP candidate. The PDP candidate for IFAKO-IJAYE constituency 2 here in Lagos State, and he seems very optimistic, very energetic, and very positive. Looking forward to the elections. Although your elections is still March 11, so yes, that there's still a lot of time. But then he's here with us in the studio. In a few minutes, we'll be opening up the phone lines, just in case there are people out there who would also like to join in on the conversation and have some conversation with him, especially those people who are in IFAKO-IJAYE. I was going through the wards and I was a little bit stunned that some words that I've never even heard of the names before. Of course everybody knows Jankara, but then I was also hearing some other names and I can't even pronounce them, but this is why it's important for people to go out there and continue to make this conversation, keep this conversation running. All right, so let's get on with the conversation now. Dr. ADESHOLA, now looking away from all of the politics that's happening within your party, PDP has always been known for drama, just as you've mentioned. Yes, but then that's why I had to ask why you chose PDP, knowing the fact that there's a lot of things happening within the PDP, and they've not really been as stable ever since they lost, the ruling, the loss to the ruling party now, or the current ruling party now, the APC. So one would wonder that why you had to align with the PDP, especially knowing for the world that you're also vying. This is your first time going into the race, and you're just trying to see the waters and whatnot. And also another question I would also like to.
Thank you. I said I wanted to, in the initial, to contest for the House of Rep, and due to pressures, due to negotiations, legislature is my choice, and that is why I said it must be the person that would represent them effectively. We don't want a representation that is induced or manipulated by somebody. You are just sitting there because of somebody's grace or somebody's favor. We are coming there to sit for our people and ensure that if 8 years going now, they were in power and suddenly they lost out everything, and they have really learned, and they are now very repentant. And that is the reasons why PDP that is coming. That is why the integrity people are shouting that come. Why we are not fighting the presidency, we are fighting this. That is the reason why. They just want us to understand, have a conscience. And PDP is.
You want us to stay at the PDP national level. I'm sure when the calls come in, we'll come back to your programs and then we'll open it up, a little more. I remember a couple of months back, I was having a conversation with the National Public Secretary of the PDP. Your party has played the opposition for about 7.5 years now, and I want to put you on the spot. As your party,
PDP don't do that. Okay. All what we saw in the last years of PDP in power was lies and propaganda that was thrown in by PDP, APC, to make PDP look as if they are just they don't know what they are doing. Today, everybody, thank God that Lagos is spared, or your state is not.
I don't think we are
it's not.
spared.
Lagos is fairly.
There are bank robberies, traffic robberies going on almost on daily basis.
As a result of poverty. That's the result of poverty. It's just the poverty level that is bringing that in Lagos. Lagos is the only state that does not have red insecurity. Lagos is the only state in Nigeria.
Are you saying that the government of Lagos State has done well as regards security?
It is Lagos. It is we. I intend to have IFAKO-IJAYE, a security front. Okay, I intend to have IFAKO-IJAYE. It's possible to now bring all of them together. They might not be meeting, but there will be a way they will be sharing information, and that's the extent we want to bring. Set up. We are the one representing the people. It is not the government. It's everybody in IFAKO-IJAYE, and that is the duty. Who are the grassroots in politics? It is the person representing the community, the councillors, and the. I have about 350 people I'll be representing in IFAKO-IJAYE. The population of constituency O2 is about 350. So I am going to be their person representing them, and they must feel me, they must know me, and I must know their needs so that we can collectively approach government. Let us forget about we are going there to go and legislate. No. Yes, we are going to legislate. We are going to propose bills that would help, especially our community. It's also the job of the legislator to ensure that quality appointments are coming into the people. It is us that will ensure. What they do these days, they will bring somebody from afar to come and represent. Do you know that the Lagos State governor, deputy governor, is from IFAKO-IJAYE? Do you know that? Well, is he staying in IFAKO-IJAYE?
All right. So let's go a bit personal now. The PDP candidate Chief GIWA, popularly known as SG Omoadugbo. How did you come about that particular, phrase? That's Omoadugbo, neighborhood child. Yes. Am I correct?
Yes. I live within the environment, and everybody know me, and I know almost everybody. That's the reason why they call me Omoadugbo. And SG is just. It's just
your initials.
GIWA SG.
Okay, so it's like you've been doing business in that area, or how exactly? What did they know you for? You say that everybody knows you. So what did they know you for?
Thank you so much. I am a teacher. Yes, I'm a school teacher. I started teaching house to house before God blessed me. I now had my own school. So that's where I started from. I started from from nothing. Pay
us for that free advert.
They're waiting for you.
You pay us. The marketing department is waiting.
From house to house, moving from one house to house, teaching, and
wow!
And it brought me from economy to business
first class. Enjoyment.
So that is so we are.
Sandra, where will you locate your teacher?
When you just call me there, I'm a teacher. They know me. So what they call me there is I'm a teacher. So I'm called Omoadugbo.
So as it is now, we always pray for the best. We always hope people of IFAKO-IJAYE State Constituency feels they want to stick to the ruling party, and they don't give you that mandate. What would you do? I mean, would you just? I've seen a lot of politicians with brilliant ideas, and the moment they fail to clinch that ticket, they just hibernate. They just go low. Is that what you would do, or would still see you around probably ahead of 2027? You're still a young person, by the way. For everyone listening, I mean, our guest is a very young person. He's not just young by face and 64 by age. No, he's actually a young person. That's what I'm saying. So if you don't pick the tickets, sure, you come back again.
No, we are going to now bring up the Omoadugbo force. Okay, we are now going to bring up the Omoadugbo force and trying to ensure that the winner represents us well.
Works.
Yes, must represent us well.
All right, at this point, I think we can open up the phone line and get what our listener 091-36000410. That's the number for you to call. We have with us in the studio the PDP candidate for IFAKO-IJAYE Constituency 2 state. That is in person of Chief Dr. ADESHOLA ABDUL-WASIU GIWA. Here with us, SG Omoadugbo is here with us, discussing his ambition to represent IFAKO-IJAYE Constituency 2. So, 410. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Sandra, this is Mr. Bestman.
Desmond.
Mr. Bestman.
Bestman, okay, Bestman. Where are you calling from?
I'm a transit at Ojedibaga.
Okay, all right, please go ahead.
The candidate will explain things well. No,
National, federal or state?
Federal.
Federal. Okay.
Jando is my man.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Mr. Betty.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Paul Iwu.
Mr. Paul, where are you calling from?
I call all the way from Aibo.
Okay.
I just want to ask your guest. So many people came to Lagos State or came out during political parties under PDP to contest with the intention to block others or to contest so that they will not achieve their aim in Lagos State. I don't want to mention one of the former contestants, Agbaje. You knew what happened. He did not come for the sake of coming to contest to win election. He came to block others. Now, according to the person I have to contest, I'm talking about their door. All over the state. And the PDP member, I don't know what to say, is very, very cool and calm under the PDP. We are not seeing any seriousness on the PDP. We are not seeing any seriousness. Maybe you add back or whatever. Only that you say, yes, you are done in contest. The person I ask that guy now is the story that I mentioned here, I call him as a guy now. Is he telling negotiations that the governor, which he claims to be, the son, is he coming from the sake of what to call to contest or he wants to? To answer yes, I contested Lagos State. I was a contestant in Lagos State. Or he really means to contest election to win.
All right.
In Lagos State.
Thank you very much. Yes, I think I get that. Asking, hope we're not having another placeholder situation across board in PDP, because he's saying that in his own opinion that most of the time the PDP in Lagos State seem to just disrupt the voting numbers for other parties and then cruise the APC cruise to victory. That's his own opinion.
Okay, that's not true. Jandor have done everything to prove to all of us that he's actually here to win. He has done wonderfully well. Jandor is currently today now is in Ikorodu on war tour. He's visiting all the wards in Lagos, over 285 about there. He's visiting and he's doing this job, and this have not been done before now. So Jandor is not going to do what you think, what you are just insinuating that he's doing. No, Jandor is here to win, and he's coming in to bring in fresh air into Lagos governance. Right. Let's support Jandor. Let's have a change. And it's when we have this change that all these stories we actually know the true positions of Lagos. With what they want to do is just continually to cover all their wrongdoings. We need a fresh face. And
all right. Person. Thank you very much. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Sandra.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Lawat. I'm calling from Sulere.
Okay.
I'm good to go.
You're welcome.
And I'm Mr. GIWA.
Yes, sir.
About GIWA Monjeni.
Yes, sir.
Now, unfortunately, I'm not in your constituency, but I wish you well.
Thank you, sir.
And all PDP candidates. You have to just try negotiation to make change. Let's even try for once and for all. Let's see the difference. Even if they fail, we look for another party. By God grace, that's for that. When I tell you, once you get it right from presidency, look at the issue you are talking about. Go to 3 months now. Who do you report to? Are they not been seeing it? Are they not been hearing what's going on? We just have to think right, like I always say. This voting issue is more than faculty education. What I've seen, like I always say, I'm not yet impressed, but let's see what happens next month. God bless everybody.
Right.
God bless you too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lawal. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening to you, OPEYEMI and Sandra.
Good evening.
A very good evening to you, our guest in the studio.
Good evening.
Thank you. My name is Prince Suarez, calling you from Amuwadofin. Yes, the candidate. I think you have to work harder for you to win that constituency you are. If it's like Amuwadofin now, I will for you. But where you are now, if eventually you win the election, are you going to remain in PDP or you tap part to APC as other people have been before? That's my question to you. Give me to you.
Thank you very much, Prince Wise. So Prince Wise is asking you a very important question.
The current electoral act does not accept cross carpeting again, and it's not going to happen again in this political terrain that we are entering now. It doesn't allow it. Nobody would cross. I'm not going to leave PDP. I have not been to any party in my life before.
You're sounding like
Only
Wiki.
party I have been is PDP.
No, you're sounding like Wiki.
Yes, and PDP will remain. We are the news we are having PDP before it's returned back, and we are going to change. The only party that can make Nigeria better is PDP, and we are going to definitely do that.
That one is interesting, though.
We are going to do that.
I don't know about that.
You see, we are all suffering. They have killed middle class in Nigeria now. No middle class. You see, they come in, they would squeeze and commercialize.
To the point that even the
James.
Hello.
Hello? Yeah, good evening. This is James calling from the Choja.
you're welcome.
Okay, I just want to say that the legislative arm of government is, what makes up democracy as far as I'm concerned. And over the years, we have people going to either the National Assembly or the State Assembly, just being rubber-stamped with the executive. So my question to your guest, if we eventually get into the State Assembly, what will he do differently? Because Lagos State, over the years, we've never seen any serious, activity in the State Assembly. What we are seeing is unity between the executive and the legislature for their own interest, not the interest of negotiation. This is a state that is making 51 billion naira every year. So my question is, what is he going to bring on the table? Different from what has been there or is there.
Okay. Thank you.
We are going to ensure, like I said, 40 over 40. There are 40 members of the House of Assembly in Lagos State, and 40, all of them belong to APC. So what do you think they would do? They would do nothing.
So how did they determine a minority leader?
Yes, there's none.
I don't understand.
There was just one person.
They just have house leader.
They just have one person.
House leader.
40, and how do you expect? It is just in the. They'll just close the door. It's now we. That's what they keep doing there. What we are going to bring is, first and foremost, we are going to ensure that we clean the books of Lagos. They must be grand. They won't allow us come in. That's the problem. Grand auditing of Lagos. Let us audit the Lagos account. Let us see what has happened the previous year. They won't want to, but we want to go back and start. But we need to go. Let's just move ahead and see things that is done like those before. Those days would not be done during our own time there. We are going to ensure that the people are informed. I will be doing town halls meetings in all my wards, the 5 wards. Every, at least there are 5. I'm going to be doing quarterly in each of these wards, so that I will be telling them what government are doing, what they have done, and what they propose to do. We will bring it to them. Or we'll be having these regular town halls meetings, so that they would know. I want to be that Omo Adubo will now be felt the more, because they will now see me more and know me and be able to come close and discuss.
Mr. Giwa, well, you are still Mr. now. If you are lucky to win, we change it to Honorable Giwa.
That's my, when I was going from house to house, class to class, teaching, they call me.
So you come in from the educational line. I mean, being a teacher, and if you look at the quality of education in Lagos, I can tell you for one that is not as impressive as it should be. The number of out-of-school children in Lagos is really disturbing. It's been reported to be over 2 million. Now, I'm not going to ask you the same question I would ask Governor Sanwo-Olu, for instance, but I'm going to ask you, in your own little space, what would you do, to encourage education in terms of I mean, I don't know, maybe sponsoring quiz competitions. We've seen that over and over again. So how do you, what would you do when it comes to that? Do you have such in plan for your constituents? So
because the report that we have is that...
Let me just read out some section of my manifesto. Introductions of annual competitions with sports, educational and recreational event across the constituency in conjunction with corporate bodies domiciled in my constituency. It is there. Let me also tell us something that's happening in IFAKO-IJAYE.
There are just two secondary school complexes there.
Thank you very much.
Disturbing.
The entire constituency.
It's so terrible.
Just
and they are at the fringe. Okay, no secondary school, nothing. What they do is the next thing they want to respond is in those complexes there are about 5-6 schools there, but it's so unfortunate there is no secondary school in the heart, no government. If you go to our developed countries, schools, hardly you see private schools. Hardly you see private schools. Hardly. In United States, hardly you see private schools. Who goes to private schools? Who? Because the government-run schools are better equipped and well developed than the private schools you want to go. Only the very top rich will afford private schools. But here,
all right,
what has happened?
Let's go back to the phone lines now. Just in case you're just tuning in, this is 98.3 Mainland FM, and you're on to Ballot 23, a program specifically designed for candidates for the 2023 general elections. Let's hear from all of them, all 18 political parties, anyone who's contesting. Would like to hear what you have to offer to the Nigerian electorate. And we have with us in the studio this evening Chief Dr. ADESHOLA ABDUL-WASIU, GIWA, who intends to represent IFAKO-IJAYE constituency 2 at the Lagos State House of Assembly. The number to call is 09136 000 410, 09136 000 410. That's the number to call for you to be a part of the conversation, okay? And don't forget, we're also live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can see, or you can watch the program live. You can see the face of the guest, just in case it's someone that you know and you want to also chip in something on his behalf. We're live on Facebook at Mainland 98.3 FM, YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Please, my name is Ezra. I'm calling from Okoko.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Good evening to all of you in the studio.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Please, straight to the point. I've listened to your guest. I have spoken fairly well. But two important questions I want to ask him. Number one is this. By God's grace, if he gets to office, he wins the election, he gets to office. What effort will he make, or will he put in to stop this regular or years acclamation in the House that makes the state not to move as rated or as expected? That is number one. Then number two, the entire Lagos. Whenever we say development, all you see is Ikorodu Road to maybe Maryland. Then maybe you see Third Mainland Bridge or Kata Bridge. What happens to the internal roads? All the streets in Lagos, none of them, at least 99.9% of the streets in Lagos, none of them is passable. None of them is passed. All of them. And nobody is talking about it. Not even one of the legislators at the State House of Assembly is making any move to bring light to those roads.
Okay.
What is actually happening? That is the reason why these OES members, you see, we are 100 in a party. All of us are members of the House of Assembly. That is the reason why there is no development in all those areas. So let him address these issues. Thank you.
Okay, so looking at infrastructure across Lagos, though you're representing one particular constituency, but then looking at infrastructures across Lagos.
Setting our priority right is what we are going to insist on. Like I say, what they want, what their main man wants, it's what he gets. He gets what he wants. That is what is happening. Lagos is now spending so much to build the fourth mainland bridge. Mainland bridge, when my constituency cannot boast of a pedestrian bridge. My constituency cannot boast of a bridge that would ease traffic, but they are now thinking of spending billions of money to build the fourth mainland bridge, when almost all the roads, the inner roads in our communities are out and dead. They are looking at spending just because somebody wants to get something. These are things we need to, like I say, in as much as the legislature is being dominated by them, there is no progress. Only what they want that they will give us. So we must change now and ensure that we vote in people that will not represent them, so that we can all go in there and represent the people and talk for the people. If you check part of my manifesto, sponsors of proposals that will ensure and guarantee across access to better and condition of quality primary and secondary roads. We're talking about roads as well. We are going to ensure that there are legislation that will bring in roads often in our communities across, not just my wards, not just my constituencies, but across Lagos State as a whole.
So I'm also going to ask you at this point. We know that politics is about numbers. It's about lobbying. It's about alliances. It's about give and take. If you happen to get into the house and you happen to find yourself in the minority, perhaps.
Sorry, excuse me.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
This is Dr. Cowdy.
You're welcome.
Eh? I've been trying to get you since now. Yes. How are you?
Dr. Aide, good evening, sir.
Hello?
Hello, you're live on radio. We are with you.
Yes, I've been trying to get you since I listened to your message right from the onset, talking about the legislature and the executive. And let me also congratulate our candidates there. They are spoken so eloquently. You can now see how PDP as a whole is bringing a breath of fresh air, not only to Lagos but to the whole Nigeria. We are talking about PDP in the array the other time. No, you are asking that PDP has performed well in opposition. PDP is not an opposition party. It's a ruling party. You can see that the ruling party now are not ruling properly. PDP went back into the basics to find out where they have missed it, and how can they come up with new strategies to make sure that Nigeria move forward. And you can see, look at the time that your friend Jado was in that station. Look at the way he spoke. He is presently within now in Ikorodu, moving from word to word and discussing with the people. You can also hear from Dr. GIWA there. Ask Dr. GIWA. We belong to the same constituency. When it came to my word, I was among those that queried this seriously. He thought I doesn't like it. But at the end of the day, I don't say, I say, oh boy, you have done well.
Thank you,
and he
Dr.
started to question you, query you, so as to make sure that, yes, I know who I am following. I mean, you can hear him, all he said. As regards the innovation is bringing into legislation.
Thank you, Dr. Kayode.
Thank you
very much.
Dr. Diwa, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. This is Olakunle on the line.
Olakunle, you're welcome.
Very much. I've been laughing since morning. Thanks for bringing Dr. GIWA online as the PDP man. You're welcome very, very much. I've been laughing at a lot of things you have said prior to definitely about the ruling party and all of that. And your line of saying they are a party of propaganda where you are a party of drama. But even in the word propaganda, I have been laughing. And the reasons are very simple. In 7 years gone by now, you've not been able to clinch the presidency you held for over 16 years. In Lagos State, presently, I can't remember the last time that PDP held any major position, probably above the representative level, in the whole of Lagos. You talk about 40 people being APC members. I was going to ask you that those 40 people, were they elected? If they were elected, that means the people prefer them to your party. And it just shows how low your party has come between 2015 and date. So it's not a function of what you say or how confident you are and all of that, which is normal for every man in life. I'm confident about whatever I do. And I expect you to be confident about what you do. But you know within yourself that you cannot win and become the next representative of your people. But let me put that aside. And
hold on, Mr.
I mean,
Olakunle.
I don't
think I would accept that you bring down, the guests, ambition, demeanor, or ambition, or whatsoever. You have every right to call in and share your opinion, but I don't think it's necessary that you bring down anyone at all. You have said what you wanted to say as regards whether or not PDP has been playing opposition, as regards whether or not PDP has been able to, do what they need to do as a stronger opposing party rather than the other parties in Lagos State especially. It's up for conversation, but it's not necessary for you to go further and then trying to bring down the guests. You don't have to answer that actually, Mr. GIWA. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next call. 091-3600-410. That's the number to call. All right, and let's try to keep it clean and be very objective.
I don't also back down without a fight.
We're not telling you to back down.
Let's come on.
We're not telling you to back down, but here in Mr. GIWA, here at Mila 98.3 FM, we pride ourselves with issue-based conversation. We're very focused. We want the change. We want things to happen. Well. And if anyone, has what it takes, let's hear them out and see what they have to offer. Then let the people make the choice. All right. That is what we pride ourselves for here. All right. And would appreciate it if, we can all follow in that line. Hello. Good evening.
Sandra.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. I forget to chicken something. One of caller talks something tangible, something I want to remind you.
Hello.
Good evening, OPEYEMI.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sandra.
Good evening.
Good evening, our guests. How are you all?
I'm very fine.
Well.
Thank you.
This is Mr. Akinola from Ijesha in Surulere.
Okay.
Compliment of the season to you, OPEYEMI and Sandra.
Same to you.
Same to you, sir.
You see, the truth is bitter at times. I don't like the way the last man spoke. He meant something, but the way he presented it was not right. What he was trying to say, which I just want to say, I will not copy from him anyway, is that looking at the antecedents of PDP in Lagos from 1999 up to today, that's what he was trying to say. But maybe the way he presented it, that's what he does. That he's not trying to pull down the man. He's only trying to tell him that the way APC has been holding forth from AC to APC and so on in Lagos, that's why he was trying to say that. What are the chances of PDP in Lagos? Maybe that's what he's trying to say. And he didn't know the way to put it. That's why it looked as if he was trying to attack the man or he was trying to be personal. It's not true. So that's why I thank you. That's why I call that. We know this man has spoken well. And when you are outside, absolute power corrupts absolutely. When you have not gotten to power, it's very easy for people to promise heaven and earth. But immediately you get to power, it's another kettle of fish entirely. Don't let us deceive ourselves. When I sit on the office here, I'm still looking for something. I can promise you heaven and earth. But immediately the power gets to my hand, my brother, my sister, the truth is bitter. You won't remember all these things you are saying today. Nobody loves to taste bad. Everybody wants to be like a rich man. When you get there, it's another kettle of fish entirely. You will remember all these things today. That's what we are trying to do. But if he's lucky, I know Dr. GIWA very well. I know his brother. He's a teacher. Mr. GIWA, you need to play with him. Mr. Teacher is a trader. He has a friend. But I pray for you, Dr. Giwa. You will get there by the grace of God.
Thank you.
But when you get there, remember the teacher too. Speak for us,
definitely. That's my
represent us well. Thank you and God bless you. I'm a teacher too. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. But I remember Okwe asked a question as regards, whether or not PDP has been able to do its job as an opposing party, and I don't know if it was Dr. Kayode or you said that PDP is not an opposing party or whatnot, but I know we've had that conversation as regards what exactly you said that you don't do propaganda. All right,
they act drama in the
they act drama.
I mean, is Wike not is a dramatist? Are you not entertained by Wike?
I've never seen the dance.
Is it drama that is going to get us to where we want to get to? Because the drama has not been working for you.
The suffering is too much.
Yeah,
so the drama needs to be.
The suffering is too much, but the drama has not been working for the past 7 years. Maybe you need to go another route, don't you think?
No, let us get serious. This is Nigeria. 7 years gone. I can tell you, if you go outside, apart from those benefiting from this current government, let's go get what is their opinion about what is happening in this country. I'm telling you, there is nobody APC that will come out and contest for any elective office. It is so terrible. I'm also affected. My business is affected. My living is affected. Everything is affected. So it is all of us. We know the truth, but we just pray that God would give Nigeria the best error, and they want to come in back and change and repent from all what they have done previously. Okay. PDP is the best option.
There's a campaign going on now, and that means if you don't have a PVC, you can't vote. So we can speak all of the grammars we want to speak here, but when your constituents don't go to pick up their PVCs, there's no way they can vote you into office. So I want you to send a message to your constituents.
Maybe he has been doing something. Have you been doing anything as regards
to encourage people to pick up their PVCs?
We have been doing that party personally, encouraging everybody, and it still beats my mind and spirit whenever I see youth not having PVCs. There are plenty of them that will still suggest if they could be but it's going to affect the
timetable of the election.
A lot of people don't even have the PVCs.
No, some people, funny enough,
some people are registered.
Some people whose PVC are available.
Go and collect,
but
they refuse.
Despite the fact that INEC is opening on Saturday and Sunday, they still won't go and pick it up. Can you just reach out to people like that?
It's time for us to go change the government. It's time for us to make sure that people that are representing us are people that we want. And I want everybody to go in there, get their PVCs. Your PVC is your power to change anything you want to. Your PVC is the best thing you can use to change anything you want to. And it's time. And this time, INEC has promised us the best and most free and fair election is going to be held. And our problem has always been this: it's not going to count. Yes, it has not counted before now, but this one will definitely count. Go get your PVC and vote the best candidate across. And don't forget, PDP is there, and we are producing our candidates that are better.
09136000410 09136000410. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Israel.
Good evening, Israel. Please go ahead.
We want the best for this country.
Oh, I can't. Hello?
I think we want the best for this country.
Okay.
No matter the party, the best should come in. Until the best people or the most qualified is in place, things cannot work effectively. That's just the bottom truth. Which reminds me of Femi Kuti. I saw this earlier. Sorry for Nigeria. That track means a lot. Flashback and go to that music and think about that. We spoke so many things with that track. Sorry. I sorry for Nigeria. You remember? So we should not try to arrange things. Once we have put the rightful people in place, very good and help us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello?
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Please, I just want to ask just one question.
Your name and where you calling from?
my name is Paul.
Okay.
There was a time one of the PDP contestants to be state speaker, Babajide Obanikoro, he contested against the local government chairman and he won. But the only man that declared in Lagos State, who's Jagaban, said, no, small boy, you cannot rule under my backyard because it's not possible under another party. Unless you join me. That man, with his father, by that time, his father was the minister for defense during Jonathan. All every effort, at the end of the day, the guy did not allow him to rule as he won, as the man said. Now, he has said now is coming out. The question I want to ask is this. How are you sure, or can you take the pressure, or can you fight it if the same tiger come out tomorrow and say, no, you can never win in Lagos State, and the time you are registered in Lagos State, any other party, how will you fight and make sure you achieve your aim? Immediately you are declared as a winner by INEC. Because Babajide Obanikoro was declared as a winner by INEC, and today, as the man said it, Babajide let us comply with the man now, and that Babajide I'm talking to you now is a member of House
of Representative, exactly.
All right. I got that.
You're getting it wrong. He contested for the LG local government election then. Island.
That's it, sir.
That is state election. That is state-run election, not a federal INEC election. So the Baba Sokwe can always Sokwe, this is what I want, and that's what happened. It can never happen with the federal elections that is organized by
but you are state, so yes. It applies to you here too now.
It was the local government election that was run by the state INEC.
You didn't get his question.
Yes.
He's saying that if you get there and then you get there and then they now ask you that, oh look, you said it yourself that all 40 members of the state are members of APC. And then you get there and then you become a lone ranger, PDP the only one in the midst of all of them.
Campaign is not possible again under the current
Electoral
Act. It's not possible again under the Electoral Act. Okay, and maybe people don't know, before every candidate contested, we were all asked to tender our resignation letter and court backed. So it's already there that if you decamp, you are going to, all they need to do now is just tender this affidavit that you have since you are the
because the party owns the vote.
Since you are the campaign, we have already said all of us submitted that affidavit, oath of affidavit. So it's already there with them. Any person that the camp will lose his seat. There is no
Mr. Paul,
somebody to go and you will just lose your seat.
I guess that answers the question.
I think that's changed now. You can just cross carpet from one party to another these days.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Paul.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening.
How much something? Hello,
good evening.
Yeah. OPEYEMI.
You're welcome. Your name and where you calling from?
Prince Wise. You've called
before. Just 10 seconds.
Okay, 1. 2.
I want to this straight to your guest. You know, when we are saying something, if you win the House of Assembly election, without robbing your member, any motion you bring to the house, they will never allow you to do so. That is why some of PDP always join APC. Immediately they become the winner of election.
He has answered this question, Mr. Prince White.
I just want to advise him.
He has answered this question. He just answered it now. He said it's not possible.
Okay, come on.
It's not possible. There's no cross carpeting again. And even if we are the minority there, I pray it won't be so. We are going to once that you cannot hide a light, it will keep shining. We are coming there to beam the light. What you have done before must change, and it's going to change when we get in there. So even if it's me alone there will be a big change. I can promise you. Anything I touch must change. There must be a change.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Ibeto calling from Tulare.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm just calling to encourage our brother at the studio. I wish him all the best. I wish him all the best. Even no matter what is no matter the challenges, no matter what people see as the elephant before him, no, with God, all things are possible. I encourage him. He should not be discouraged by any form of word from anybody. If the people who have been there have not been representing very well, I think he should go there and represent, no matter, even if he's the only one there, it doesn't really matter. So, my brother, all the best,
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
All right. 091-36000410. We also have some messages from our Facebook Live. Don't forget that we are live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Mainland 98.3 FM. I have here, we all have Asade Adedayoko. I want to encourage him. He's a good person. We also have comments from YouTube. Okay, we are still expecting the comments from YouTube to drop, but we have quite a lot of comments on the YouTube channel. You can always watch, the interview later on if you at your own time at Mainland 98.3 FM. But then let's take one last call. We can. Okay, thank you. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Okay, I think we lost that one. All right, I think we should wrap things up at this point now, because the global news comes up at 5:30. So, thank you very much, Dr. Adeshola, for being here with us in the studio. Is there any, last word, or is there anything you'd like to say to your constituents for them to reason to vote for you?
Thank you. My name is Chief Dr. Adeshola GIWA. I am wishing to contest and represent IFAKO-IJAYE Constituency 02, and I do today vow that I'm going to represent you very well, and we are going to feel the Omoadugbo syndrome when we are there. Support us, go out, collect your PVC. Without your PVC, there will be no vote for us. And I keep saying they have the biggest purse. They will come with their purse. Their intention, they are not campaigning. All they're just doing is pasting posters, banners here and here. No campaigns. Their intention is to buy the votes, collect their money,
and vote your conscience.
Vote your conscience. Go in there and vote the best person that you think will represent us and make Nigeria better. Countries borrowed money from Nigeria. Today they are far ahead of us. Let's make this country great, and I'm promising that I'm going to ensure that I represent IFAKO-IJAYE very well. My manifesto is going to drop very soon. It's just ready now, and very soon it's going to be everywhere across the constituency, so you can pick it up, study it, and see what we are bringing into the table.
All right, Lagosians, Chief Dr. Adeshola ABDUL-WASIU GIWA, PDP candidate for IFAKO-IJAYE Constituency 2. There you have it. So make your decision. Thank you very much for joining us in the studio this evening. We appreciate. OPEYEMI, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
My name still remains OMOBOLA Sandra, and you're on to 98.3 Mainland FM. Coming up next is the global news. Don't forget that you can always watch past editions of Ballot 23 or any of our programs actually on YouTube or on Facebook at Mainland 98.3 FM. We've had quite an interesting run with different candidates, governors, even presidential, joining us in the studio. So you can always watch it just in case you have one or two things that you want to get to make an informed decision come February 25 and March 11. Thank you. Stay with us.